Hanwoo is confronted by Zhang Bin, a ruthless school bully known for his powerful core familiar of 5,000 dwarf soldiers. He threatens Hanwoo, demanding his divine power and vowing to destroy his core if he refuses. Despite being weaker and possessing only a useless locust core, Hanwoo stands his ground and challenges Zhang Bin, valuing his life over submission. He recalls how just a day ago, he crossed into the divine realm, a world where anyone can become a god, and hints that the reason behind his defiance started from that moment. He reflects on his current body, once owned by a poor youth who awakened divine power at 18 but received only a weak locust core. A memory surfaces of someone telling him his parents were lost in the chaotic Star Sea and may still be alive, urging him to find them someday. The girl proposes a deal. If Hanwoo becomes her servant and provides locusts daily for her Thunderbird, she'll ensure his graduation. Meanwhile, he confronts Hanwoo again, demanding 100 points of divine power. He threatens to destroy Hanwoo's core and future if he fails to comply, showing no mercy. He reflects on the challenge ahead with a weak locust familiar. His chances of entering the top academy or finding his missing parents seem impossible. Determined not to be crushed by the school bully or his circumstances, he chooses to fight back. He steps into a virtual chamber to connect with the divine realm, vowing not to surrender without a struggle. As the system begins sinking, he mentally prepares to change his fate. He successfully logs into the divine realm and is transported into a stunning world filled with light and mystery. His core familiar appears a group of lazy, idle locusts. While accessing the system interface, Hanwoo notices new abilities, Chosen One and Life Sacrifice, that didn't exist in his past life. Curious, he reads their descriptions. The Chosen One grants a unique ability upon each level up, and Life Sacrifice allows exchanging the life of beings for items once a day. He realizes these must be rewards from his reincarnation. Excited by the potential of this powerful system, he believes that with enough effort, he might finally fulfill his grandfather's wish. He remembers the looming threat of Zhang Bin's blackmail and worries about his weak locusts. While reviewing the system details, he discovers surprising traits of his core familiar: enhanced reproduction, accelerated growth, and powerful life cycle control. He learns that every day in the real world equals a year in the divine realm, meaning his locusts can rapidly multiply. Realizing the potential of these traits, he suddenly understands how he can turn his situation around. He decides to take a risk, either rise as the master or fall as a failure. The next day at school, a girl approaches him in class and asks if he's ready to accept her offer of servitude. She promises Hanwoo safety from bullying until graduation if he agrees to serve her. However, Hanwoo calmly refuses her offer. Shocked, she warns him that rejecting her protection will leave him vulnerable. Still, he firmly stands his ground, valuing his dignity over dependence. Despite acknowledging his current weakness, he politely asks her to leave. After Hanwoo rejects her offer, she warns him he'll regret it. Soon after, Zhang Bin and his gang corner Hanwoo, demanding the divine power he promised to deliver. But Hanwoo stands his ground with defiance, refusing to back down and warning them not to mess with him. They threaten to destroy his core and future if he refuses. He fearlessly challenges Zhang Bin to try it. Caught off guard by his boldness, Zhang Bin wonders if he has powerful support. Meanwhile, the girl realizes Hanwoo's courage isn't tied to her. Just then, classmates cheer for a fight, eager to witness a core being shattered. Some mock Hanwoo's weak locust familiar, claiming it lowers their class's average and urging him to drop out. Zhang Bin, furious at Hanwoo's defiance, activates an invasion card using divine power. He mocks Hanwoo, calling him trash and claiming even using 10 points of divine power on him is generous. As the card activates, it opens a portal that forcibly pulls Hanwoo into the divine realm. Hanwoo realizes too late that he's been targeted for invasion, as he's dragged into the swirling vortex. He is forcefully teleported into the divine realm and crashes to the ground surrounded by swirling energy. As he regains balance, he sees a massive ancient gate open before him. Suddenly, an army of glowing red-eyed goblins begins to emerge from the gate. Zhang Bin commands his legion to invade Hanwoo's divine realm. With a roar, thousands of dwarves surge forward, aiming to destroy Hanwoo's locusts and crush his core. Meanwhile, students watch the invasion unfold on a screen. They're stunned by the strength of Zhang Bin's army, noting it's equipped with ironware and now includes elite units. Many believe Hanwoo stands no chance and is facing certain defeat. Empowered by the dwarf god, the invaders aim to annihilate Han Wu's locusts and crush his core completely. Back in the real world, students spectating the battle marvel at the sheer power of the dwarf army, noting its upgraded strength and elite members. Many are convinced that Han Wu is doomed to lose this fight. Spectators mock Han Wu, claiming that even elite locusts are no match for ordinary dwarves. But as the battle begins, locusts swarm the dwarf legion in massive numbers. Just then, an unexpected explosion erupts on the battlefield, catching everyone off guard. Han Wu stands confidently, calm and unfazed. A flashback reveals Han Wu's secret plan from the day before. Knowing the battle was inevitable, he activated life sacrifice with a determined heart. He chose to preserve 100 million locusts for survival and offered the remaining 49 billion in a massive ritual. Surrounded by glowing purple energy, he gambled everything, unleashing overwhelming power in preparation for the coming invasion. Faced with 3 reward choices after the life sacrifice elite goblin warriors, a life-sustaining spring, or an explosive artifact, Han Wu carefully considers his options. Though the goblins could help immediately, they're single use. The spring eye offers long-term benefits but won't solve his current crisis. He ultimately selects option 3, the Heart of Explosion, a holy artifact that boosts his locusts with explosive power, believing it to be the most strategic investment for survival and future strength. He activates the explosive artifact and commands his locusts to self-destruct. The resulting blast shakes the battlefield, though it's not powerful enough to kill a dwarf. He smirks with confidence, realizing that while one explosion isn't enough, increasing the number might do the trick. With a determined look, he plans to repeat the process multiple times to turn the tide. As smoke covers the battlefield, spectators anxiously watch the screen, unsure of what happened. When the dust settles, a few dwarves remain standing, but many have been taken down. Han Wu calmly faces them, now backed by a swarm of glowing, red-enhanced locusts. The girl watches with intrigue as the battle intensifies. Han Wu's enhanced locusts surround the remaining dwarves, reversing the tide. The dwarf god urgently commands his forces to retreat through the portal, but Han Wu intercepts. With confidence, he commands his locusts to invade Zhang Bin's divine realm, declaring it's too late to escape. Han Wu's swarm of explosive locusts surges through the portal and invades Zhang Bin's divine realm. Massive blasts erupt, engulfing the dwarves in flames. The dwarf god, enraged, shouts for the intruders to retreat. But it's too late. His elite soldiers are already being destroyed one by one in fiery explosions. Zhang Bin's divine avatar finally concedes defeat, begging Han Wu to withdraw his locusts and allow his dwarves to return. But Han Wu, resolute, reminds him of his earlier threats to destroy his core, and now it's his turn. Panicked, Zhang Bin warns him of his powerful family background. With unwavering resolve, he orders his locusts to crush Zhang Bin's core at all costs. Zhang Bin panics and begs for mercy, swearing he won't bully Han Wu again and is willing to accept any conditions. But Han Wu replies that he doesn't want anything, only Zhang Bin's complete defeat. Just as he's about to deliver the final blow, a voice interrupts, shouting for Han Wu to stop immediately. Teacher Lu appears and urges Han Wu to stop, telling him he's already won and doesn't need to be so ruthless. Zhang Bin desperately pleads with the teacher to intervene, fearing his powerful parents' retaliation. But Han Wu doesn't hold back. His locusts swarm Zhang Bin's divine core, striking it repeatedly until visible cracks begin to form. He cries out to Teacher Lu for help, but Han Wu remains calm. When teacher questions him, Han Wu counters with a smile, asking why the teacher is even there. Teacher Lu replies seriously, explaining that as the class instructor, he's able to sense everything happening in the students' divine realms. He challenges Teacher Lu, asking where he was when Zhang Bin was bullying him. He demands to know why the teacher stayed silent. Teacher Lu responds hesitantly, admitting he didn't intervene because Han Wu didn't have powerful parents like Zhang Bin. Han Wu then asks if the teacher would have acted if his divine core had been the one under attack. The teacher falls silent, visibly shaken, unable to respond. He calmly ends the conversation, saying he already knows the answer. His locusts unleash one final explosive strike, completely destroying Zhang Bin's divine realm core. As Zhang Bin screams in despair, Han Wu turns to Teacher Lu and firmly asks him to leave his divine realm. Students watch the screen fade out in stunned silence. In the classroom, Zhang Bin collapses in despair, realizing his divine realm is destroyed, leaving him powerless. Teacher Lu storms in, yelling for Han-woo to show himself. A classmate casually responds that he likely went home, Teacher Lu demanding Han-woo's expulsion. Meanwhile, inside Han-woo's divine realm, he calmly observes his swarm of locusts and checks the battle report 1890 self-destructive locusts and over 4 million ordinary ones. Realizing he needs more of the explosive type, he starts refining divine realm fragments taken from Jang Bin, strengthening his realm even further. He fuses the divine realm fragments, significantly expanding his territory with forests, deserts, and mountains. Proud of the gains, he notes they'll sustain him until graduation. But when Jang Bin threatens him with his powerful parents, he realizing the school won't protect him. He resolves to become stronger on his own. He decides to sell the Iron Dwarf hammer to see if anyone will offer valuable items in exchange. Surprisingly, he quickly receives a trade request for lava fire crystals. Remembering their ability to boost fire resistance and explosive power, he accepts the deal, knowing it will allow his self-destructive locusts to evolve once more. He uses the lava fire crystals, evolving his insects into bursting locusts with enhanced explosive power and a new lava explosion talent. He tests one by manually throwing it, causing a powerful blast, confirming their upgraded destructive capability. He realizes his bursting locusts now act like powerful grenades, dealing wide area damage. Meanwhile, Jang Bin's father storms into the dean's office, furious that his son's divine realm core is destroyed. The school defends its stance, blaming Jang Bin's repeated bullying, which enrages the father further. His mother angrily demands punishment for the student who destroyed her son's divine realm core. She insists Han-woo must be expelled, fully backing her husband's outrage in front of the school authorities. Han-woo calmly regenerates his bursting locusts using growth acceleration. Meanwhile, he receives a message from Director Zhu, who informs him that Jang Bin's parents have arrived at the school and are pushing hard for his punishment. She firmly defends Han-woo, stating that their investigation confirms Jang Bin initiated the attack. Han-woo relied solely on his own strength and didn't cheat, giving the school no grounds to expel him. His mother lashes out, accusing the school of favoritism, but Director Zhu responds calmly, citing clear evidence that Han-woo has been repeatedly bullied by Jang Bin. But she demands a direct answer about Han-woo's expulsion, but Director Zhu calmly refuses. Enraged, his father threatens retaliation, declaring he won't care about the school's reputation anymore. Director Zhu informs Han-woo that while the school will not punish him, this conflict has escalated. Jang Bin's father is preparing to unleash a 1,000-man legion of demigods. Han-woo decides to return to school and face the looming threat. Knowing he must grow stronger quickly, he prepares to initiate the second life sacrifice. Presented with 3 upgrade options, he confidently selects option 3, Jan Fei Jian Feng, a hero-level life form. The exchange of 8 billion locusts has earned him valuable treasure now. He's ready to evolve once more for the battles ahead. He summons the hero-level Jian Feng familiar named Jan Tai Jian Feng, a powerful sword-type entity with devastating wind-based skills. The old warrior, however, urgently requests a sword. Han-woo, having cultivated many locusts and sold lava for divine power, now possesses 54 points of divine power. He prepares to use the trading network to acquire the necessary weapon, selecting from powerful equipment tiers to arm his new companion. He purchases the Storm Greatsword using 50 divine power and bestows it upon Jian Feng. The sword unleashes powerful energy as Jian Feng demonstrates its might. However, to access his full strength, Jian Feng declares that he needs 3 more identical Storm Greatswords to reach his ultimate power. He is stunned by Jian Feng's request for 3 more Storm Greatswords, realizing it would cost 150 divine power, an immense amount. Still, knowing the upcoming battle against Jang Bin's 1,000 demigods is critical, he decides to try his best. Meanwhile, in Qin Shuang's divine realm, she is seen meditating, surrounded by glowing blue birds and lightning energy. The girl reflects with her eyes closed, recalling a memory. She was once drowning in a river, reaching out in panic. Han-woo ran to save her, pulled her from the water, and performed CPR to revive her. She remembers Han-woo saving her and blushes. Despite this, she vents her frustration, saying he deserves to be squeezed to death. Confident in her powerful family background, she brags about their divine protection. Then, seeing Han-woo calling, she sarcastically asks if he's changed his mind about becoming her slave. Han-woo clarifies he only wants to borrow divine power. she mocks his familiar, belittling its value. Offended, he politely ends the conversation. Realizing she was too harsh, she panics, regretting her words and worrying he misunderstood her intent. She calls Hanwoo again, now acting supportive and asking how much power he needs. Hanwoo is surprised. Meanwhile, Jantai Jianfeng wields multiple swords, ready for battle. Elsewhere, someone doubts Hanwoo's return and anticipates the moment his divine realm is invaded. Hanwoo returns to class and notices everyone's anticipation of his failure. The girl warns him not to waste effort challenging a demigod's legion, but Hanwoo calmly replies that he has no other choice. She offers Hanwoo her family's protection if he becomes her slave, boasting their power. He politely refuses and focuses on preparing for the upcoming battle. Suddenly, a hostile classmate erupts in anger, insulting Hanwoo and vowing to kill him. Meanwhile, school staff lead Jang Bin's family into the room. Jang Bin's parents confront Hanwoo in class. The furious mother threatens to tear him apart, but is held back. A teacher demands Hanwoo come forward, but Hanwoo calmly says he'll wait for Director Zhu Mei to witness the meeting. Liu tries to dismiss Hanwoo's request for Director Zhu's presence, saying it's not worth her time. But when Zhu arrives, she sharply reminds Liu of his duty as a teacher, not a servant to the demigods. Jang Bin's father then insists on beginning the confrontation. Director Zhu asks if Hanwoo is ready. He confidently says yes. Jang Bin's father activates the invasion card. Hanwoo is transported into the realm, where he faces a pack of fierce, monstrous wolves led by a towering alpha beast. The students analyze the enemy formation, realizing it's an elite wolf cavalry far beyond a normal challenge. He faces a powerful captain with enhanced strength. Jang Bin's father vows to make Hanwoo pay. Even Director Zhu and Qin Shuang are shocked, realizing the enemy is more than just a 1,000-man legion. Director Zhu and Qin Shuang recognize that the opponent clearly exceeded the agreed-upon limit. Counting as 2 units, it's outright cheating. As the wolf cavalry charges, students are shocked by Hanwoo's counter. He bred nearly 7 million elite locusts in one day. However, even with 1 million self-destructing locusts, the cavalry is only lightly damaged. Liu admits Hanwoo is talented, but believes an overwhelming obstacle blocked his success. Just then, someone notices something unusual, then suddenly, waves of bursting locusts rain down from the sky in a fiery counterattack. A student confirms the locusts are elite lifeforms, earning Hanwoo praise from Director Zhu. However, Jang Bin's father unleashes his ultimate power, channeling it through a massive wolf warrior to launch a powerful counterattack. The wolf cavalry unleashes a devastating freezing aura, overwhelming Hanwoo's forces. Observers are amazed by the enemy's range of powerful skills, noting Hanwoo's locust army is nearly wiped out. Confident in victory, Jang Bin's father mocks Hanwoo, vowing to crush him completely once his divine realm collapses. As the wolves charge at Hanwoo, someone yells to shatter his core, and Qin Shuang believes it's over. But suddenly, a Samon appears before Hanwoo's divine realm core, Jianfeng wielding the storm greatswords, shocking the crowd. Someone calculates that Hanwoo spent 200 divine power, an enormous amount for an orphan. Director Zhu explains Jianfeng is a rare extraordinary lifeform. Despite doubts, someone commands the wolf cavalry captain to stall Jianfeng, while the rest target Hanwoo's core. Director Zhu realizes Jianfeng is not just extraordinary, he's a genuine hero lifeform. Jang Bin's father is shocked, lamenting how he's only cultivated one hero familiar in decades, while Hanwoo, a student, has one already. He commands his wolves to seize the hero familiar. But Jianfeng fully ready for battle, declaring, "Bring it on." Jianfeng charges into battle with both swords drawn, shouting, "Kill!" He unleashes a series of devastating attacks, level 3 skill bang, storm slash, and whirlwind slash, cutting down enemies with overwhelming force. A powerful enemy responds with a chilling ice attack, roaring fiercely as the clash escalates. Jianfeng stands tall, channeling energy through his storm greatswords. As the wolf cavalry charges, he raises both blades skyward, summoning the powerful, draw-cutting sword style. A massive swirling energy slash begins to form. Jianfeng unleashes the draw-cutting sword style, releasing a devastating energy vortex. The blast tears through the battlefield, overwhelming the enemies. Spectators are shocked by the sheer power, while Jianfeng stands victorious, surrounded by fallen wolves. The demigod, enraged, commands the wolf cavalry captain to destroy the divine realm. However, someone questions if he's truly going to go back on his word. Just then, the principal appears surrounded by golden flames. The demigod, intimidated by the principal's presence, quickly orders the wolf cavalry to retreat. The principal acknowledges Han Wu's performance with a good, but also reminds him not to grow arrogant. He warns that hero life forms aren't unbeatable, and with Han Wu's current strength, reaching the top of his grade will still be a challenge. Han Wu requests Director Zhu to change classes. His current teacher immediately tries to persuade him to stay, admitting past neglect and promising to provide proper guidance and support from now on. Internally, the teacher realizes Han Wu's talent could bring huge benefits and is determined not to let him go. Han Wu firmly repeats his request to change classes, shocking his teacher. Director Zhu reminds him that school regulations must be followed. She agrees to his request on the condition that he passes a special test set by the school. He boldly applies to take the test to switch classes. Qin Shuang also requests to take the test, surprising everyone. The teacher nervously offers to change if she has complaints, but Qin Shuang coldly replies that she just doesn't want to stay in his class anymore. Zhang Xiaolong also applies to take the test, shocking everyone. The teacher scolds him for joining in the disruption, but Zhang firmly states he no longer wishes to stay in the class. He then confesses to Qin Shuang that he can't let anyone else have her. Director Zhu calmly announces the test will be held tomorrow and leaves with teacher Liu. Qin Shuang chases after Han Wu and demands to know the truth about his hero life form. Han coldly replies it's none of her business. She insists that since he owes her 150 divine power points, she has the right to know. Han offers to pay interest but firmly states he won't reveal anything about his hero life form. She angrily storms off. Meanwhile, inside Han Wu's divine realm, he assesses his forces. 1 billion ordinary locusts, 1 million self-destructing, and 30,000 bursting locusts. Realizing this might not be enough for the test, he worries about the risk. His hero life form asks if they should wipe out the fleeing wolf cavalry, but Han considers his strategy carefully. He realizes that dozens of Zhang Gang's wolf cavalry have escaped and if left alone, will become a serious threat. Instead of killing them, he decides to capture them alive for a specific purpose. 2 hours later, he has 24 captured wolf cavalry lined up. Han then prepares to sacrifice all 1 billion ordinary locusts and the 24 captured wolf cavalry through the system. He initiates the sacrifice, and the system rewards him with an alpha mecha, a furnace blueprint, and 3 watchtowers. However, he doubts the usefulness of the rewards. His locusts lack intelligence to operate the mecha or forge weapons using the furnace. The watchtowers also seem impractical due to his domain's limited size. He then recalls having some dwarves from Zhang Bin and wonders if they can help. He activates Eagle Eye and observes the dwarves working diligently in the mines. He recalls that after capturing them, he gave only one command, to let them mine freely. The dwarves, grateful for their new life, pray to him as their god. He realizes that their true talent lies in mining and forging equipment, but Zhang Bin had been misusing them in combat, going against their natural strengths. He recognizes the dwarves' talent in crafting and logistics, so he gives them the great furnace to forge equipment. The dwarves rejoice, calling it a divine gift. Meanwhile, at school, a meeting is held about the class change test for Han Wu, Qin Shuang, and Zhang Xiaolong. The committee acknowledges the benefit of having top students in their class and starts discussing how to design the test. Teacher Liu demands the test for Han Wu be made as difficult as possible, arguing that a disrespectful student deserves harsh punishment. Secretly, he's bitter over being scolded and losing his bonus due to the class changes. Other teachers agree to support him out of disdain for ungrateful people. Soon after, Liu delivers the test requirements to Han Wu and the others. Zhang Xiaolong and Qin Shuang both receive level 1 tests, requiring them to defend against only 1,000 invaders. Meanwhile, Han Wu is stunned to discover his test is level 10, he must defend against a massive 10,000 invaders. Director Zhu asks if Han Wu's test level can be reconsidered, but it's confirmed that all homeroom teachers agreed on it. He calmly accepts the decision and expresses his intent to prove himself under a new class director. Liu gets frustrated by Han Wu's confidence. Meanwhile, Qin Shuang repeats her offer if Han Wu becomes her slave. She'll ensure no one else dares to bully him. He politely declines Qin Shuang's offer and walks away. Annoyed, she accuses him of not knowing his place. Meanwhile, Zhang Xiaolong smirks, thinking Hanwoo is about to embarrass himself. As the test begins, a massive wave of red invaders charges forward. The students realize Hanwoo's test is the hardest, filled with fire-resistant red goblins. Hanwoo prepares himself as teacher Liu smugly declares that 10,000 goblins will overwhelm his divine realm. Others sarcastically congratulate Liu on his revenge, while Liu claims the test is just a lesson to help Hanwoo grow. Director Zhu cheers Hanwoo on. The Locust Legion launches into the sky and bombards the goblin army with flaming strikes. Despite the goblins' fire resistance, the explosive assault begins to push them back. Hanwoo realizes the ordinary locusts aren't effective, so he commands the self-destructing locusts to attack. They explode on impact, successfully taking out 400 red goblins in a powerful blast. Qin Shuang and Zhang Xiaolong finish their tests and exit the chamber. Observers worry Hanwoo is in trouble, thinking low-level locusts can't win. But Hanwoo commands his bursting locusts to charge, causing a massive explosion that wipes out 3,000 red goblins. Hanwoo's divine realm core appears as the red goblins close in. Spectators doubt he can survive with 6,500 goblins left. Qin Shuang coldly hopes his core is shattered. Meanwhile, a teacher encourages Hanwoo to surrender if needed, reassuring him that failure isn't the end. But he declares he won't back down from the test, even if it means fighting to the last soldier. His hero lifeform launches a powerful level 3 storm slash, striking the goblins. However, the red goblins retaliate fiercely with fire attacks, heavily injuring Hanwoo's hero lifeform, putting him in serious danger. Hanwoo's hero lifeform is overwhelmed in the flames, prompting teacher Liu to smugly declare it a final lesson. The spectators are shocked a dwarf army suddenly arrives on the battlefield. The dwarf army charges forward, shouting, "Protect our god!" Their sudden appearance stuns the red goblins. A fierce clash erupts as the dwarves overwhelm their enemies. Spectators are amazed by Hanwoo's power, realizing he's from a powerful background and praising his talent, placing him among the top 10 students of his year. Hanwoo stands victorious as the dwarf army emerges from the dust, having crushed the red goblins. He proudly exclaims he did it. Director Zhu and Qin Shuang cheer in amazement, acknowledging his victory. Meanwhile, teacher Liu clenches his teeth in frustration, muttering, "Damn it." As the students finish their tests, various teachers try to recruit them with tempting offers, resources, techniques, and armies. Qin Shuang receives the most attention, but Zhang Xiaolong and Hanwoo are also targeted. Hanwoo calmly asks Madame Zhu why his test was disproportionately difficult. She replies that the difficulty was decided by all the class teachers collectively, not individually. Hanwoo requests to see the voting record behind the difficulty of his test. Upon review, the teachers realize they were misled by Liu Leshan, prompting one to admit regret and another to call Liu despicable. Maintaining composure, Hanwoo turns the situation in his favor by asking the remaining teachers what benefits they can offer if he chooses to join their class. Multiple teachers try to recruit Hanwoo by offering powerful benefits. One promises an army of 10,000 dwarves, another offers rare resources for cultivating core families, and another vows to help evolve his locust species. Impressed, Hanwoo chooses to join Mr. Tianwen's class, followed immediately by Qin Shuang and Zhang Xiaolong. Tianwen beams with pride as top talents flock to him. Tianwen gifts Hanwoo a powerful building card, a hive that can hatch 1 million insects annually and boost embedded relic effects. Hanwoo realizes it's perfectly suited for his needs and can amplify his locust army using special relics. Grateful, he thanks the teacher, who replies that delivering results is the best form of repayment. Madame Zhu informs everyone that today's test was just a minor trial, but the real challenge comes in 7 days with the school's comprehensive exam, which determines future class resources. Meanwhile, in his divine realm, Hanwoo assesses his army. 2.04 million locusts, including 52 newly renamed Redforged dwarves. Concerned about his ranking, he realizes he must increase the strength and number of his bursting locusts to perform well. He flies into his divine realm, determined to inspect it firsthand. He encounters a powerful red dwarf who has evolved into an elite life form, prompting Hanwoo to reflect on how great it would be to have such a being in his core family. After 4 days, his locusts have multiplied to 7.3 billion. He resolves to use growth acceleration more often to strengthen his forces and prays to obtain a valuable upgrade in his next enhancement.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.